Hello, today I'm going to talk about pacifism and non-violent communication. So I have been thinking about this for a while because it comes from my own understanding and my own experiences about how life presented itself to me and how I presented myself to people. And today I would like to talk about on why do I think that people should engage in a more pacifist behavior in a more non-violent communication. And why is that? Well, I think that first of all, we have to look at the human nature and realize that our history has been full of death, of terror, of overpower, of power struggle between nations, between tribes, between people. And I think that in our personal relationships, we haven't always been pacifist. And we need to look to that. We need to analyze this behavior and realize that sometimes there are inner demons inside ourselves that makes us want to hurt ourselves, but in the process we end up hurting other people. And this is very difficult to deal with because I think that everyone should agree that no one likes to being hurt, no one likes to being abused. And this is a very simple moral standpoint. I think that it is one of the most essential ones, is to admit that no one deserves suffering, or that punishing isn't always the best method which you can deal with people and their mistakes. I think that this comes from a sense of separation that we have. First of all, we have this separation between our inner self. And I think that most of our fights that we put out in the world with other people are mostly us fighting our inner self. And I think that we need to make peace within thyself, within ourselves. We must learn how to navigate our own solitude and understand that no matter what, we will always be trapped in our own mind, and that our mind is our own personal universe, from birth to death. But also, one thing that I think it's really helpful is to differentiate our mind from the outer world, because the outer world, it will always present itself as a part of our inner self, because our mind, it functions like some sort of glass, some sort of filter to reality, and it's really hard to see beyond that, beyond our own subjective. So I think that one of the ways that we can apply pacifism is to reach people in a more humble way, that does not avoid confrontation, but always seeks to do the best for other people, to do the best for ourselves, and to kill our own need to be self-destructive uh, with ourselves, because we have this feeling of hurt, this feeling of separation that makes us whip other people and ourselves in the process. And I think that when you treat people badly, you're mostly treating you badly, because this behavior will, it may seem that it doesn't have consequences at the beginning, but it always has consequence, because people won't stay in your life forever, in your lives forever. And even if they do, you must understand that when you hurt other people, I think that it's really hard that guilt will not overcome you some point. So I think that you must be gentle with your future self, So you don't go around hurting other people, because in the future you may feel some regrets that will ultimately kill your soul and make you a very weak person, and you are going to have a hard time to adapt and to change this behavior, because people might not uh, grant you one more chance, because you have been behaving badly for years, and you didn't realize how much you were hurting your future self, your present self, and the other people, because a lot of the things that you find wrong in the world, I think that are things that you find wrong in yourself. Some things are, it seemed to you that they are more they are that they are more easy to deal with when it comes to other people. But you can't change other people. You must stop trying to change other people. You must learn how to be more pacifist and more kind to other people, because this is, for me, the ultimate goal of humanity, is to stop separation between individuals, between nations. It is to stop this dominance hierarchy, this separation thing that we have, and start treating the other person as if she is a mirror of you, as if she's an extension of your soul, as if the universe is an extension of your soul, that this world that you live in, it is your own mind, and you must not be aggressive towards it. You must be careful not to be so hard on you and other people in a way that is counterproductive, because what is productive in life when it comes to human management is to be kind and always look in the other people's eyes and be sure that you want the best for that person, and that you must be humble to admit that you don't know what is best for the other person, and you have to admit this to yourself and the other person, so you can really help her. So you cannot avoid confrontation, but rather um, say things out loud and be honest when you are being hurt, and when you think that the other person is being hurt. Because if you adopt this pacifism in a in a more intense way, you're going to see that your life is going to start getting these improvements, and good things will start happening once you adopt this pacifist behavior that is willing to not be this self-sacrificing person all the time, but rather a more calm and steady person who respects. First, you have to respect yourself and wish the best for yourself. And the best for yourself is not, it's not success, it's not ego, it's not image. You can admit that you have these vanity traits, but the thing that you must seek in life, I think, is this inner calm and this ability to navigate through your own mind and through your own solitude, and be familiar with the darkest corners of your mind, be familiar with your inner demons, and you have to be gentle within your own mind. You have to be gentle, you have to forgive yourself, forgive other people, and you have to look to the present, always to the present, and see and think to yourself, now I'm going to respect someone else. I'm going to respect everyone who I ever encounter in life. I will be respectful and kind, and I will give some amount of love, and not hatred, and not separation, and not judgment. And every person you encounter, sometimes the person can feel like she's been wounded and she's been hurt and she's been wronged, and the other person may not be dealing with their inner demons in a good way. But you have to think, oh, I am here in front of this person. Life presented itself this way, giving me the chance of being united with that one person, even if it's for a moment. And you have to feel love for everyone, even if you feel like being competitive, don't be. I mean, it's so pointless. Be cooperative. You don't have to work with that person, but you have to work in behalf of you and behalf of the other person, in behalf of peace, because you want peace, you don't want conflict. That is a very non-healthy way to live life, to engage with conflict, to think that you have power. You don't have power. Reality is always so much more than your own mind. And stop acting like you have power, because you don't. And this is really common between romantic relationships, between friendships, between family relationships, is to think that you have power over someone else's soul, over someone else's will. It doesn't make any sense, because you are powerless against your own mind. Most of these ways you have to seek how to navigate your mind, how to control your mind. Because I think it's really, why am I making this statement? Peace is so much better than violence. Why would you hurt yourself? Why would you feel pain to feel something that is low? Because there is some much more elevated feelings, such as peace, such as calm, such as belonging, such as not feel segregation or separation between you and the world, between you and the other people. And in the end, you want to feel that connection. Why won't you feel that connection? Why will you fight against that connection and be alone? Like, it's okay to deal with your own solitude, but do you really want to be alone? You want to hurt your children, you want to hurt your parent, you want to get away of people, you want to get away of your community, you want to be arrogant, you want to be a jerk, you want to be abusive, you want people to remember you as a failed human being, or as a good human being who taught them something, who taught them how to love, who was an inspiration, who will be missed, who will be remembered, who will be loved, whose image is going to be preserved in some way, and people will remember you as a good human being, as a person who tried to not give yourself into hatred. You must be the example of hope. You must be the example of peace. Why wouldn't you? Why will you fight against? Why do you think that sometimes if you engage in so much conflict, people will remember you as this king, as this person who was disruptive? There's nothing glamorous about being a jerk. There isn't glamour in being oppressive. People will have a hard time to forget your oppressive behavior. Don't follow this I don't know, this tyrannic behavior within yourself, hating yourself, hating your demons, hating other people, hating your parents for being abusive, hating your community for being abusive, hating the world for being abusive. Like, it's so cliche what I'm saying, but try to be the example of the human with the most integrity values, the most moral. Try to aim into something much more higher, because it is easy. Don't forget about your career. Forget about your own appearance. Just focus on being more comprehensible, and being more caring, and being a person who can actually love. Is that so difficult? Is that so difficult for you? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you try? Tomorrow, every day, the sun rises. It's a new chance to look at the sun and say, today, every person I'll meet Every encounter I'll have during my day, I'll be loving, I'll be caring, I'll be someone better than I was last year, than I was last month, that I was yesterday. Life is giving me a new chance. Every day when I wake up and I'm alive, life is giving me a new chance. Life wants you to be a part of something greater than you. Why wouldn't you love other people? It's because you hate yourself. It's the only explanation. Stop hating yourself. Love yourself and love other people. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Just try it, please, for the sake of humankind, for your well-being. Please. Bye bye.